Do you know how much your money is really worth? Today we're going to discover how the same amount of money has completely different values depending on where you are in the world. Before we travel around the world, let's understand something basic. What is money really? Money is an agreement, a tool we created to exchange value. But here's what's fascinating, that value isn't fixed. It changes with location, time, and circumstances. We'll use the US dollar as our reference currency because it's the most widely accepted and recognized worldwide. But don't worry, we'll also show you the prices in local currency so you get the complete picture. To understand this concept, let's take something every human being wants to have at some point: your own home. So, how much money do I need to buy a small house for 1 or 2 people? We'll find out in 3 completely different cities. Price is something that can vary tremendously depending on factors like location, the condition of the house, square footage, and so on. And most importantly, how urgently the seller needs the money. But let's keep it simple. Something that's in decent condition and falls within the average price range you'd normally find. First stop, North America, United States. Detroit, a city with a rich history that went from being the heart of the automotive industry to facing an economic crisis that completely transformed its housing market. The language is English, and of course, the currency is the US dollar, so the prices you'll see are straightforward. With a budget between $60,000 and $80,000, you can get a complete house with 2 bedrooms, a bathroom, a kitchen, and even a small yard. Some aspects worth mentioning are the location and available job opportunities, along with property taxes of $2,000 to $3,000 annually, possible repairs, and utilities you need to consider. But with that budget, you could already get yourself a home. Now let's jump to the other side of the world, the continent of Asia, Japan, city, Tokyo, one of the most populated and expensive megacities on the planet. Here the official language is Japanese and the local currency is the yen. We'll do the conversion so you can see it clearly. With $250,000, more than 4 times what Detroit cost, you get a 1-bedroom apartment of 30 square meters. Something very modest but sufficient to live in. But here your money buys something more: access to cutting-edge infrastructure, extreme safety, and pioneering technology. The value isn't just in the square footage, but in what you get as a bonus. In fact, in Japan, many people prefer small but well-located apartments. The philosophy is less space, more life outside the home. Our final stop, South America, Colombia, city, Medellin. A city that transformed from being one of the most dangerous to one of the most innovative in Latin America. In Colombia, they speak Spanish, and the local currency is the Colombian peso. Let's do the math. With $100,000, you get a 2-bedroom apartment in a building with a gym, pool, and security. We're talking about 60 to 70 square meters in a growing area. What's interesting, here your money stretches further in daily quality of life. Healthcare, food, transportation, everything is proportionally more affordable. So where is your money worth more? The answer is, it depends on what you value. Space, location, lifestyle, opportunities. Looking at it in absolute terms without considering the added benefits of each place, we find that we can acquire the following with our money in each country. Detroit, with a budget between $60,000 and $80,000, you can get a complete house with 2 bedrooms. Tokyo, with $250,000, you get a 1-bedroom apartment of 30 square meters. Medellin, with $100,000, you get a 2-bedroom apartment in a building with a gym, pool, and security. That's our comparison table, but remember, each city has its pros and cons. For you, which city would you choose and why? Let me know in the comments below. This is the value of money. It's not just how much you have, but where, when, and how you use it. The same $100 bill can buy you a week's worth of meals in one place or just one lunch in another. On this channel, we're going to keep exploring these fascinating differences. In upcoming episodes, we'll continue comparing prices and lifestyles from different places around the world to visualize how money gives you access to very different goods and services, depending on where you spend it. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe and hit that bell icon. See you in the next experiment about the value of money. See you soon.